What's good, fam? It's Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood, talking about anything and everything that impacts the culture. And today I want to talk about Breonna Taylor real briefly. For those of you that don't know, Breonna Taylor was killed in Louisville, Kentucky on March 13th. Now, Miss Taylor was a 26-year-old EMT, and she was at her residence with her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. And the house was served with what's called a no-knock warrant, which means the police could come in without identifying themselves as law enforcement and without knocking, just barge in basically. And so just kind of clear up some things is there was a warrant. The reason why it was issued is because there was suspected that two other individuals, not Kenneth nor Breonna, were using that address for something drug related, right? I don't know all the specifics of the case, but nonetheless, they searched the house. No drugs were found. Miss Taylor, no record. Nothing was found on her. Same thing with the boyfriend. Now, when they barged in, Kenneth tried to protect her, and he did get off one round and shot an officer. Okay. To which, of course, the police were shooting and responding to the whole situation. And Miss Taylor was shot 8 times. 8 times. There's 3 cops involved in the shooting, none of which to this day have been charged. And I'm touching base on this now because it has been over 150 days that Miss Taylor hasn't received any form or type of justice. And from what I've been looking at and seeing, not even an inkling of potential that it's going in that direction. The potential possibility for justice is not even being served. And after all that, they tried to charge Kenneth Walker. They tried to charge him. The cops wanted to charge him for defending his home and his girl when they barged in unannounced. He didn't know what was going on. They, of course, later on dropped the charges. How nice of them, right? But it's important, I believe, for the community to keep applying pressure. There's a lot of activists that are out there in that part of the country that have been protesting now for 60 days, 70 days, continuously. Also, with the warrant is the fact that the warrant, so the warrant itself in Louisville, Kentucky, is no longer something that they can do, right? Because they banned it. So Louisville has actually banned the no-knock warrants, which begs the question, like, how effective was it in the first place if they were so readily willing to get rid of it, right? But you know, I'm not sure on that, but I do know that they're now banned. Like I said, there's a lot of activists out there. Oprah, ironically, has kind of gotten involved a little bit. I mean, look, everybody that knows Oprah knows that Oprah as a whole has not really championed any causes in Black America. And for somebody with a platform like that and somebody with her resources and influence, that's a little disheartening. But nonetheless, Oprah has at least chimed in a little bit and has been putting some billboards demanding justice for Breonna Taylor and that kind of thing. She hasn't really done too much beyond that, right? But so Oprah's kind of involved in that, and of course, you know, we know about Gayle King and all that. And anyway, that's a whole other deal. I should probably do a show on Oprah. But anyway, it's important for all of us to realize that this is not a moment; it's a movement, and it's not just about Breonna Taylor. It's obviously the police brutality and the judicial system and police reform and all that. And I would encourage you guys to champion and really be active and stay active on those issues that are similar to this and those cases that are similar to this in your local neck of the woods, right? There's Elijah McClain in Colorado, you know, George Floyd, Minneapolis, and the list goes on, right? So stay active, right? As best you can. Write those letters, protest, ask for accountability and demand justice for all these individuals. If you look at the whole thing, it seems to be daunting, right? So kind of get it down into bite-sized pieces, right? Look, we're a different generation. It's a different time. Symbolism will not work. That is no longer going to work. We need to make sure that action takes place. Like I said, this whole ordeal with Breonna Taylor, it's been over 150 days and no charges filed. And we don't just want the cops to be charged. We want convictions, people. Because sometimes we get a little happy and get a little excited when we hear, hey, they've been charged. And then all of a sudden, justice still isn't served just because they were charged. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's got to be convicted. Where's the guilty charge, right? Not just somebody arrested. We want the whole deal. We want actual justice. And so I just think it's important that we stay active and say her name, say his name, say their names. Okay, but put things in the comments and let me know how you feel. Is there something that I'm missing? But the big thing about this video is it's 150 days. It's 150 days, no justice. Okay, but this is Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood. And until next time, folks, peace.